Yo, yo, yo. Back on live, folks. What's going on, man? Man, I missed it, bro. I missed it. Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything, man. If anyone wants to hop on live, let me know. Yo, Pat. Enjoy your day, bro. Enjoy your day, man. We'll see where this goes. You're my only viewer right now. I tried to get my dad on. He's busy driving right now. I reached out to a few ex-students. They're busy. Three guys. Yo, what's good, everybody? What is good, man? That would be good, man. That would be good. Yo, it's funny. It says, oh, no. For a second there, I thought it said an hour and 47 minutes. I'm like, I thought it picked up right where it left off. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just go on, I could send this. Maybe I could do it on IG or something too. Yo, I'm going live over on YouTube. Come over and check it out. Peace. What's good, Jay? Sorry, bro. I was trying to go over to IG and let people know on IG that I was going live, but I guess it went blank for a second. What's good, man? What's good, folks? Scotty been an OG follower since the GLL days. Appreciate you, my man. Rad Fusion. Where you been, man? What have you been up to? How's game been treating you? Oh, hey, John. What's up, bro? It's early here, man. Well, for me, it is. I was up late. 10 o'clock's early. 10 o'clock's early for me. Feel free to join. You want me to send you a link, John? Feel free to join. I might do a Zoom actually tonight in the group. What do you mean, isn't this it? Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Okay, ready, folks? I'm posting it, John. There you go. Yo, I just dropped the link in the chat, boys. Come on up if you want. Let's get this shit popping. Let's get this shit popping up to like 20 subscribers. That's what we're gonna hit. We're gonna hit the goal. John, let me know if that link works. Yeah, you could do that, John. Yeah, sure. You can hop on. You don't have to show your face. I don't know why it's not letting me go over to Instagram and record a story saying that I'm on live. Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Yo, can you hear my voice? Is my mic shitty or?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Cool, man. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for joining, man. Make it
Yeah, no worries, man.
Have a conversation. I mean, I don't mind sitting there by myself, but I want to have engagement. You know, I don't really have a specific topic planned or anything like that. So.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, there's a bit of lag like between this stream and this, so I'll just turn off the stream voice, I guess, on my end, the volume.
Yeah, not on my end. I get everything is pretty clear.
Okay, no worries.
So what's the good word, man? How you been? What have you been up to?
It's been pretty good, bro. Like me and Michael went out yesterday, and then we hit up a few sets. Yeah, just I got a couple numbers, but I think they're kind of flaky. So yeah. So far so good. Just just hanging out and just yeah, same old, same old.
Yeah, same old. I hear you.
I love that sweater, man. It looks fresh.
Yeah, I went shopping the other day for the first time in a while, man. Sometimes getting some new clothes gives you a little bit of a boost. I don't know.
That color's nice. It's a nice color.
It almost, yeah. I never thought it would really. It wasn't my first choice, but it was on sale. It was on sale in Timberland. I got it on sale, so I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. This shit was like $16, something like that. Crazy.
Nice.
They're selling these Timberland shirts, like other colors, white ones, navy blue they were like $45 for original price.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's see.
There's
Damn.
my fashion tips. Yeah.
I actually thought your live was gonna be like with those three guys in the picture, the Pat guy and.
Oh, did you just miss them or no?
Oh, you guys just did it. Oh, my bad.
No. Yeah, we did, but the reason I'm on live now is because like I was like an hour late to the party, so they got off, and I was only there for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then they left.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
And then what happened now? You got notified that I was live?
Yeah, I popped on YouTube, and then I was like, it says you're live, and then yeah, and then, but then like I saw a picture of like those three people on the YouTube thing, so I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be that, but that's cool. It doesn't matter. I was just curious.
Yeah. So it's been slow out there, huh? Like, yeah. I mean, I wonder if this is just all around. Now there's starting to be a little bit of a drop in just the overall landscape right now. I feel like right around, the New Year and Valentine's Day, there's like girls are thirsty, they're real thirsty to make things happen. There's probably like an overall little dip in receptivity, I would think. A slight dip, things move
Yeah, maybe.
things move in cycles, you know what I mean? They move in cycles.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, like I still think like there's stuff that I need to work on, like that thing you mentioned, the sub communication thing. I think like for sure I have that going on, like, and because usually like by the end of like the my time out with Michael and shit, like my vibe's a little better, and it's not as like needy, or um, I don't get auto rejected as easily, like and yeah, I've been playing around with like the indirect stuff that Brad told me before. Because like what I found is like when I go out and I just go direct, but like not direct the way that you go direct. Direct is in like, oh hey, you're cute, let me get your number. Like I get the boyfriend line like right away. But then when I like go about it differently, like for example, like when you go about it, you're like, oh hey, I saw you looking at me and shit, and then it gets my foot in the door a little bit more. Yeah. Um, but yeah, the underlying thing I think is the sub communication for sure, like what you mentioned.
Yeah, the sub communication is important because you're right. Like if for whatever reason you're not aligned with the whole giving an initial compliment or something like that, and it's not lining up with, it may take you at this stage in your game a little while to get going sexually with these girls. So therefore, I do think it might make more sense to just ease into it a little bit more, or else you're just going to get these, like, you would you call it, like
Auto reject. Well, yeah. What happens is this: is like, oh, I go up and be like, oh, hey, I just saw you. You're pretty cute, and the typical like guy stuff. And then the first thing they would say is like, oh, thank you, I have a boyfriend. That's what happens, and that would happen for like I don't know, like 5 in a row. And
bro, a lot of these things do, they're taught into some just basic spiritual principles. You know what I mean? In a sense that what I mean by that is like our belief systems are determining a lot of our results and stuff. And Brad does sometimes go into that stuff. Or Glenn did. Glenn was more of like, he would tie in, he knew Brad's system in and out, but he was his head coach for a while. Like, you've worked with Glenn, right? I think he tied into a lot of like the spiritual dynamic stuff of it, like the old like belief systems, and what you're putting out there like is what you're gonna get back in return.
Mm.
So like by you saying like, if you're not aligned or nor believe in yourself at this stage to get to be that sexual and direct off rip, it's not gonna be effective for you. And the whole idea of this game is to get some results off rip, start getting some W's under your belt. So I think me and Chris had an old saying too, like, any means necessary, right? Do uh, do anything to get the results that work. That's all. At the end of the day, nobody's disputing that, right? You got to get the, whatever works for you to get the results you need right now is the best game for you. That's why it's not cookie cutter, bro. It's not a
Yeah,
cookie
that's
cutter
true.
thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got some guys up on your chat. Do you see yourself having kids?
It's a good question, I guess. No, man. Not really right now. Honestly, man. Sorry.
It's a
Not
lot
at
of
all.
money, man. But
Yeah, it's a lot of money, my man. And like, the kid thing is like, it's like putting the cart before the horse. I don't even, honestly, at this point, I don't have like a solid chick that I'm like really, really digging, you know? I think that would change some of those thoughts, perhaps. I don't know if I like was really, really into this girl and she was in my life and everything. Like, I would be possibly having more of these types of thoughts, but I don't get it. That's why I think there's so many single parents, so many single moms. I think they're like, women are just wired different. They're like, oh, they have these discussions amongst themselves. Oh, are you having kids? Do you have any kids? It gets brought up so much that there's more peer pressure on them. There's more of a biological clock ticking. Therefore, they're not vetting nearly as hard for husband or material, and they're not even wifey material, but they're pressured, I feel like, into it a lot more than we are. I mean, if we think this is bad, right? Like, I get asked this question quite a bit. I can't even imagine what type of pressure women are facing when they get asked these questions all the time by people, friends, parents, etc. Like, but that don't mean they're cut out for it. That doesn't mean they're even qualified to be in a healthy relationship right now. But yet they're all shooting out kids. It's almost kids before relationship for them. You know, that's what it seems like for me that I've run into. Let's see what else. Scotty, appreciate any advice what advice you have on Instagram and how to use it to improve pickup process. No, I really don't have any advice, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't do Instagram as far as improving for the pickup process. I just don't. Tune into like maybe who are some good guys, I guess, out there that focus on that shit. I'm not sure, man. Try like PWF. He talks more about that type of stuff. It's not really my lane. I don't know how to improve an Instagram in order to get more results with your dating life. My Instagram sucks, bro. And I don't really care, you know. I don't have to rely on it really at all. Sounds like the law of attraction. Oh, that's probably a comment based on what we were just talking about with beliefs, law of attraction. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Probably, yeah.
The law of attraction.
Like attracts like. I remember hearing that one a lot. Like, I don't know if that stuff is true, but there's definitely some validity. Obviously, I do believe in the power of like beliefs. There was a book that Glenn was always asking me about called Believe It and You Will See It, or something like that. It was by Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was a good guy, good author. Believe It and You Will See It. It's a really, really good book.
All right, I'll check that out.
Yeah, good book.
Hey Scotty, you know when you whiten your teeth, is it like the light whitening, or is it like the gel? That fucking gel hurts, bro. I tried it yesterday because I have coverage for it, but it fucking hurts. Like the peroxide, is that the one that you do, or is it something else?
It's gel, but I thought they were both gel, right? Because I go get gel put on, and then they put me under the bright lights. They put the gel on, and then you put that under some extraordinary bright light with your mouth like held open, you know what I mean? And it just sits there for like 25, 30 minutes. It does start to burn for sure. So I think they're using that same stuff. Does that make sense? Is that it?
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing half of whatever you're getting. Like whatever you're doing, it doesn't have the super bright light. It has the gel, and the gel is like sits there for 20, 25 minutes. And then yeah, it burns. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you did it though. That's cool. So you did it, you just bought it and manually did it or whatever? You did it yourself?
No, I did it at the clinic. So yeah, they kind of give you like a lowdown that it's gonna be uncomfortable, but then yeah, they slap it on twice. So she put it on once, and then I chilled for a minute, and then after she's like, ready for round 2, I'm like, all right, yo, let's go.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's weird. So they don't put you under the bright lights?
There is a bright light, but it's a light like to look at the teeth. It's not like probably what you have, which is like the UV light. They said they're like, oh, like I know like typically they use the light, but we don't use the light here. We use the gel, and um, yeah. So it's, and I looked it up, and it's like hydrogen peroxide or something. So
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking? What was it? How much?
it was $250.
God damn, bro! I paid $57 for the bright light and everything.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
But
Yeah.
that's in Canadian dollars. So in US, it's probably going to be I don't know, like 175 or something.
Okay.
But still, that's a big difference. Wow.
Huge gap, huge difference, and she's really, really good, bro. Like, I actually missed my appointment yesterday because, at that price, like, I could bang out sessions as often as I want. And what I like about her is she's got those. I'm sure they have it there too, like a line of the teeth, and each you could see for yourself the color that you're at and how much we'll do like before and afters.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
it's going up like 7 notches. Like
Whoa.
7 notches. It's insane, bro.
Is this the same? Is this the same person that you used while you were in New York, or is this like a new person? Because you got
No.
your teeth whitened in New York too, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I was a big advocate of it, but honestly, it was one of the first times I've in game overall that I had seen where women were actually saying, like, they're giving me compliments and shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
you noticed
yeah, I
results. Yeah,
noticed that
yeah,
women
that's
were
cool.
like,
That's cool.
"Wow, you have really nice teeth." A lot, not just occasionally, like a lot. They were like, "Oh my God, you have really nice teeth." But I'm not, and now I'm not surprised because I think if you look at like PWF's channel, he did street interviews asking women what they notice, what they see the most, and a lot of their answers were teeth, white teeth, clean teeth, shit like that.
Oh,
The
no way.
like the mouth is one of the very first things that a woman notice. I think if anybody invests in that, it will give them, as far as looks maxing goes, it should be one of the very first things guys take care of. And I think they go up like 2 to 3 points, And then I also believe, like this guy said, everything has a spiritual element in it. And there is a law like of attraction in terms of like overall belief that, like, I tend to smile more after I put money into it. I'm smiling a lot more, I guess, too. So it's getting me more conscious of it, and therefore I feel like the other person's more conscious of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you also use like a pen, like if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Do you still do that, or is it like not necessary for you now? There
Uh,
was like a whitening pen that you used to
yeah.
show on GLL.
Yeah, whitening pens. I still have whitening pens. Occasionally I'll use them. They still work, but it's, I think, basically the same formula, only I'm not getting the intensive, process of the light shining on it during the whole process for 30 minutes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I think that's just it's the same formula, I believe, and then they're just intensifying it. So I think it's a lot harder to see that like instant sort of results. When I just take the pen and put it on, I'm not nearly getting like, oh, an immediate thing. I think that's more of a slow burn effect. With the light, the moment you're walking out of the session, which is so cool, you're seeing like a 2 to 3 jumps in coloration or whatever.
Nice.
It would be it's I'll give you an analogy. It's like doing like all these like dick exercises that Chris would suggest, as opposed to doing like a bath mate or a penis bump, where you get the immediate gratification and the immediate results right away. The other ones, it's more of a long game, where like over time incrementally you'll start to see some changes.
Yeah, like a slower results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like dick stretching and all this other stuff, you're not going to, the immediate blow up of like a pump is crazy, you know, as opposed to like all this other stuff that people suggest. Like
Oh, that's cool.
dick pump, stretching. So what time is it up there, bro? Is it 11? You're like an hour.
Yeah, it's probably like the same time as you. It's 10:47. Yeah, I'm trying to like not to drink coffee because of the whitening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do you drink coffee or do you?
No,
okay, cool.
I don't drink coffee.
All right.
But I do take caffeine, so I take I'll make a shameless plug of my routine. Where is it? Every morning I'll wait like 20 minutes before I do it, but I'll take these guys right here. These like awake pills. They're like 200 milligrams of caffeine. I'll take a caffeine pill and
Okay. Yep.
what else? I'll take I mix that with ephedra and sometimes
Ephedra is illegal here.
It is? You can't.
Yeah. I remember like a product called Uhimbine or something, but that you guys talked about before, but then it's illegal here because of that specific thing, the specific ingredient.
So, for example, they come in these little packets, but you're right. I can't get them. It's called Primatine. It's supposedly for asthma treatment and stuff like that, but you can't just buy it over the counter. I mean, yeah, like on the shelf. You have to go to the pharmacy section and you have to show them your ID, stuff like that. But then you could get it. You just have to go to the pharmacy.
Oh wait, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong
because they don't sell these like on the counter either. You have to go to the pharmacy, and it's called Primatine. That's like the drug name or the name.
Oh yeah, never mind. I mixed up the name. So this is something else. Okay.
Let's see what we got here, man. What do I think about JMO system? Do you think? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get too wrapped up in other coaches. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Here he is. Let's see. I heard your story about being isolated for many years. I related to that, man. I have been isolated for the last 2 years. Dealing with mental issues. I'm planning to move to Asia soon and game. Nice. Yo, I was just thinking about you. Is this the real James Byrne? Is this the real James Byrne? Yo, John, this is one of my good friends, man, from back in New York. He went out. He gamed with us a lot. He's been on boot camps with me, bro. He went on one of my Brad Pitt boot camps.
Shit.
An epic, one of the most epic stories ever, bro. It was my first and final Brad Pitt boot camp, and that was it. I got fired.
Wow.
I got fired. That was the boot. Jamie Byrne went on a boot camp with me. I wasn't supposed to bring any outsiders. Brad said, "Don't bring any of your people." I ended up bringing 2 people that were just friends because I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I was in over my head. I needed help. I should have just been honest with him about that, but he thought I was capable, and he put me on a crew with like 3 other guys and shit, and he wanted me to run the system. It was a nightmare, dude. It was insane. Yeah.
No, I think it is him because he's like, yo, tell them this.
No, it's him. Yo, but yeah, what's up, Jamie? I was just thinking about you, bro, the other day. I had to give you a call, man. I'm just chilling. I'm in my new apartment in Hollywood, bro. It's pretty nice. Yeah, we this was a Brad Pitt boot camp that I was running. My very first boot camp that I was going to be the head instructor. And yeah, what's this Hooter story? I was just dude. I was on a lot of I was on a lot of shit, to say the least, and I was annihilated, bro. I was like dozing off and everything like that. And Jamie actually was helping me stay in check. It's funny as fuck. Funny as fuck, man. Funny as fucking shit. The story was crazy, bro. These guys were so I don't know. I'll probably get kicked off of YouTube for telling some of the stories, bro. YouTube is so I gotta be careful with the shit I say on here. Free Brad P. I mean, yo, I don't know what's going on with him, man. Have you heard about this, John? Like, he's in trouble, bro.
Yeah, I Googled it last year, and I saw the stuff on the headlines. But he is free. Like, he's not like in jail. So
I know, but he's facing trial. He's going to trial soon.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, I don't know anything about like details like that because like I don't know him like the way you know him. So
no, I don't know him like that either, bro. It's all public information. Like, I haven't spoken to Brad. You've spoken to him more recent than me, yeah, about game, but I don't know him. Like, I haven't heard from him personally, but he
was bad, I guess. Damn, that's some serious stuff. Like I did read up on it. Like
they said he's facing 35 years. I think it's retarded, bro. Oh god, yo, there's guys doing murder for getting off at fucking 15, 20 years and shit. It's crazy. I think anything. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but like when it comes to like stealing money and stuff, I don't think guys should be doing 25 plus 30 years. That's ridiculous, bro. Does that make sense to you? I don't. No matter how much you stole, it's just money. You're not hurting people. You're not doing a violent. Well, I guess indirectly you could be, but I don't know. You can always recover from that. You can't recover from fucking a bullet or death.
Yeah, 35 years. I didn't read that. Yeah, I didn't actually like.
It says in the indictment, all public information, that he could be facing up to 35 years, which is crazy to me. I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Over money, bro. The government, you know what I mean? We're taking money from them. Like, they don't fucking take money from us, right? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. How did Brad sexualize his interactions? Bro, I haven't gamed with Brad in 15 years, man. I mean, he did a lot of the same things. How do you sexualize? I think he verbally sexualized before he got as physical as I do. That was his thing. Yeah, he verbalized. He was more of a stimulate the girl verbally sexualize before he would start, I guess, physically escalating. Trying to give you some examples. I don't really run it that way. I go kind of I try to break the physical barrier as soon as possible. And verbally sexualizing is really not my strong suit, to be honest with you, man. Some guys are really, really good at it. Occasionally I said, like, I wish we had a bed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wish he would hop on. Like, that would be so cool. Like, to hear both of you talk.
You want to send him? You could send him the link.
Yeah. No, dude, he'll probably block me.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Like a month ago. Like, remember when I told you what he told me? And I basically told you everything. So, yeah, like that. He told
that
me
you're not gonna listen to him anymore.
Yeah, but no, but like what I said was what we ended up talking about was that he told me not to go direct because that was getting me like auto rejected, and then to just kind of like run like his typical like flirty lines that he says. And I think he's right about it because like just from a results perspective, like it does get my foot in the door a little bit more, but it's hard for me to tell, right? Because like I haven't been doing this for that long recently, so.
What do you mean? I thought you just been gaming at least 2-3 times a week. What you've been? I thought you've been doing.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, what I'm saying is, I don't want to like throw the baby away with the bathwater, because like when I make like big statements like that, I don't want to brush off like, oh yeah, it's obviously possible because like Kevin does it, right? Like when he just goes straight up and he's direct and stuff. Oh hey, Kevin's right here, yo, dude. Holy shit, is that Kevin? That's Kevin. He's on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
he's on the chat. Yeah, because
Kevin's here.
Kevin goes direct like that and it works for him. But then but when I was talking to Brad, he's like, like go try it and then see what happens. And then and it like, so for me, what ended up happening was, like I told you, like 30 sets in last month, and then 18 rejections from that, like off rip 18 rejections. Like they'll just be like, oh no, thanks, I have a boyfriend. So what he said was like, yo, you're getting the auto script, like auto scripted by these girls, like, because like, oh, it probably looks like the typical dude that comes across as like, oh, this guy, like, oh, I'm getting hit on again. And then he said, he's like, you got to like bypass that, because otherwise this is going to go nowhere. So just try one of these lines and whatever. Like he says like, what did he say? It was one of those, remember, I don't know if you remember me putting it into the chat, but it was basically like a story. It's a story with some drama in it. And in the end, it's basically like, what does it mean? Like when they call you a snack, like, and then they'll be like, oh, that means like you're attractive. And then like, you just go off of that. So that gets my foot in the door a little bit longer. But then just yesterday, like I was running this when I was gaming, and then I would mix in a little bit of like direct stuff where I'd just be like, oh hey, I just saw you, you're very cute, right? Like you're very good looking or whatever. And I got a number from both ways. So I think so I
that's
think
what an opener is designed for. It's merely that, an opener, to get your foot in the door, and then you have to be willing to discard the script. Does that make sense? Like if you're not, because that means you're not even present. You're not reading any cues or signs or social you're not being able to read the person right in front of you. So you got to be willing to drop the script. That's the problem. Like if someone says do this, then all of a sudden she's giving you strong IOIs. Like you got to be willing to drop the script and go more direct when needed. Or if dude, there's no reason not to be. I've already debunked the whole direct indirect thing. I really think I should do a whole video on that. I just think guys spend way too much time. Do you do this? Do you do that? It's just fun to talk about, but dude, all my interactions are a combination of both, really.
I agree with that. That's why I said I don't want to make like broad statements like one doesn't work or one doesn't work, because like I'm still kind of like experimenting and like looking at things and seeing like what does happen in my experiences. So like I said, like I think
it doesn't really map out into like real life experience. It just doesn't really map out. It's fun to talk about. Like it's one of those like fun things to discuss and have debates on, and this versus that. But when it comes to like mapping out to reality in real life, like I don't see it. Like it's a mixture of both. Go with you, like you said. What does it even mean when you pull back the layers? Like, you're talking about the weather, but you should always, your sub-communication should be extremely strong and sexual. Like your undertone should be very direct. There's never a time where you shouldn't be, or else then what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, shouldn't open that girl. If you have no romantic interest in that girl, you shouldn't be really opening her to begin with, right? Unless you're at the very beginning stages where you're just trying to get your state up and get into a social talkative mood. But
yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. It's completely debunked. This whole thing is silly. It's this versus that. Direct, indirect, bro. Like even when Brad's telling you try this, if I were to talk to him and pull the layers back, he still would be like, yeah, you should have some sort of. You're going in there. You have some sort of romantic interest.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like I mean,
they know, the women know that. You're just not comfortable nor congruent with being really sexual off rip. So it's really for you, not them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. So, okay. So yeah, I'm coming across when I'm talking about it for sure from a place where I'm not like coming across as a guy that's like comfortable with women probably, or maybe somebody who's a little nervous. So I think that's why he's giving me this is because it'll allow me to like stretch like into that frame maybe. But yeah, anyway, this is probably coming across as like lame. So, but yeah, I'm just like, I'm not him, right? So I'm just trying to like understand where both of you are coming from.
But yo, honestly, like Brad to me is a legend. He's a smart dude, you know. So I do respect like a lot of the stuff he says. Like I worked under him for a little bit, and I think he's a smart dude for sure. But he is very much results oriented. So like he's not gonna like abandon what's working, you know, if that makes sense. So like he never ever changed my game at all, really. He made some minor tweaks if I really were to think about it here and there. What I learned most from him was just how thorough to be in order to see that he was getting all these lays. Like he would, at the end of the night, the guy was so thorough with numbers and shit. Like that alone made my results skyrocket. Like, or I forget. I know that seems insignificant, but not really like from the technique standpoint, but just like, yo, you have to be following up. You have to be writing these names down. You have to be doing it. You know, like call her right now. Do this. Like he was so thorough that aspect of it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because don't forget to him, man. I did come to him at kind of an advanced stage already. I was already getting pulls. I was already doing a lot of that stuff. So I worked with him when I was, you know, getting laid quite often. He just was finding ways to get that to skyrocket, get even more, you know?
Yeah.
So Kevin Talley's a fan of Jamal. There you go. Said he's one of the best. I don't really know, but I know Kevin studied a lot of PUAs. Appreciate you, Shy. Yeah, appreciate it. I'm trying to grow it. I've gotten quite a few views lately up on the shorts, which is good. But you know what? Like these people, like I need a hardcore fan base that just rock with me for like the, you know, the actual pickup stuff, because a lot of the guys, that new subscribers that come from these shorts, they're not really, they're just not even from they're not like real fans, if that makes sense. Because like during the analytics, it will say like, oh, you've gained, you know, 9 subscribers from your last short. It will tell you shit like that. And these people are not like true diehard like GLL fans or pickup people.
What's interesting to me is like you get a lot of views on those shorts, the ones where you're pointing out like people rizzing girls.
I get mad views and subscribers. Yeah, I've been just doing what's working to get views, because ultimately, if I do want to be monetized on YouTube, so I get more attention, like you need some ridiculous sort of well, to me it sounds ridiculous. I think you need 1 million views in shorts just to be monetized, bro. They have like certain requirements that you have to hit, certain yard marks that you have to hit in order to be monetized, partnered up with YouTube. So anyway, yeah, like the last 4 or 5 videos, I've generated like 65,000 views or something like that. That's high for me.
Nice.
So this guy, more collabs with other POA YouTubers, gain global and more views. Game Global does not have a lot of views, bro. To be honest, I haven't seen them get a lot of views. I was just telling Pat this before, like the PUA industry is kind of dead, bro. I hate to say it, it's kind of dead, dude. In my opinion, you know, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, I guess, but I think it's kind of dead. There's no polarizing figure anymore, like how in the early 2000s, like Venusian Arts, which was Mystery's company or whatever, like he was so polarizing in his heyday. You know, some of these people were so polarizing, and so and same with like they were low key celebrities, right? They were low key famous. You know, once they jumped on VH1, The Game made PUAs like mini celebrities and shit. You know. Scotty, any views on how pickup has changed over the years? Less men approach these days, and day game has more of an impact on women. Not sure what you mean by day game has more of an impact on women. Maybe you want to clarify what you mean by that. But yeah, how it's changed over the years. I mean, some of the obvious ones, obviously, like online dating has changed the entire landscape quite a bit. It's gone from like primarily digital to like secondary being like in real life interactions for sure. It's fucked up the entire collective of people, like the collective conscious. Because people are in general, we're individuals, yet we're part of the collective. So like to think that we're, again, we'll go into like more deep things like this, but you know, we're also being affected by the collective as well. We're not just like on an island somewhere, you know, we're not separate from what's going on in the world, you know. That's why people have to change and evolve. You have to evolve with time. And that would be my one pushback on some of the Brad P stuff. Is the dude even active? Like these guys, you know, I feel like you have to be out there in real time and seeing how the world has changed and how it's moving now. Like I need to adjust and make and evolve and make improvements all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, like Chris, right? When he came back 2 years ago, he was getting bombarded with pickup questions. The guy he's like, bro, I feel like a total fish out of water. He's like sending all this shit to me. He's like, what does this guy want? You could give him a better answer than me. He feels like, it's amazing when you get so far removed from it and your headspace is in like so many different things. You don't even feel, it's not your lane no more. You know, you don't feel like you're engaged. You're not involved in it. So that would be my one pushback with like, what is Brad P currently teaching? Like he's smart. Don't get me wrong. He's a master in terms of communication and I guess understanding human psychology, I suppose, but I highly doubt he's still actively gaming. I'd be very surprised right now at this stage. And the key is like the game has changed quite a bit, man, because I feel like if you don't have your hand in like maybe one online dating or dating app, like you're not optimizing your potential and your results. You know, the women are just so down to actually meet up online. It's incredible, man. It really, and believe me, it fucking, my ego it hurts me to even say this and admit this because I'm so old school in terms of game and I want it to all be like just, you know, cold approach. I'm obviously like one of the biggest advocates of cold approach out there, man, but you know, I would be stupid to say that fucking online dating hasn't impacted the landscape. Like, it's huge, man. Like, I think you just on the stream, if you missed some of that, like they were talking about that, how some of their polls were just crazy. Like online, you basically just when it works and stuff, it's I have to scratch my head. I'm like, oh my god, it takes all the fun and enjoyment out of it. You know, this girl just drove all the way over here, and we fucked, and like she left. It feels like one notch above an escort. You know. What inner transformations did you go through before seeing good results? Like, were you a nice guy and then changed? Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that's a big one. I think the nice guy shit. Let me see if this works. Oh, this is way better. Yo, did something just change?
For me, no, but I
Yeah.
guess you turned your phone.
Yeah, I turned it. Maybe it's just a water screen now. Fuck. Okay. Harder to read though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this question too. Like, were you a nice guy?
Let me just put it back, honestly, because I can't read that well, unfortunately. But was I a nice guy? Yeah, dude. I really think. I mean, speaking just from, I think everybody is. I think everybody initially has a default setting off rip. I think most people are trained to just be nice. Like nice guy syndrome is inside of everybody initially, and I think that's like the default setting. I really believe that. I think that needs to be addressed through everybody. Some people have it. They have a hard time their whole life getting rid of it, bro. That's the battle. You'll see it like guys who've been in this for 10 years, bro. They're still, revert back to nice guy syndrome. And I would recommend listening to or reading that book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, right? I think he really dissects this entire thing and breaks it down to a science. Nice guy stuff. It's actually not a nice guy. That's the funny thing. You're not being a nice guy, if that makes sense. These nice guys are like destructive. They actually have like a lot of resentment towards women. They become like incels, oh, why I was so nice to that girl. I got her flowers and everything, and she's now fucking the bad boy, like fuck her. And they build up a lot of animosity and resentment towards women because they were the nice guy and they got overlooked. They thought they were being nice, but secretly, like, they're just still trying to just get in that girl's pants at the end of the day, but they just weren't capable of owning it and being so direct and crude, perhaps, that they think that, by beating around the bush, by abiding in what you hear from the women is what they want, which is not what really attracts them, if that makes sense. What women say is different from what really attracts women, two different things. What arouses women is different from what attracts them. So the last thing you want to do is be taking advice, from women on what to do, what not to do. And that's what nice guys do. They listen and they try to abide by what the woman is telling them. Like, oh, we want to be taken out and wined and dined. We want this, we want that. Those guys aren't getting laid, bro. I'm telling you, if you're abiding in the woman's frame, I almost view that as, you ask a girl what they want, it's a way of almost shit testing, Are you going to abide by what she's telling you she wants, right? Or are you going to take charge and dominate the entire frame where you're you take the leadership role? No, you know what? We're doing this tonight. I have a great idea. I got this, we're going to go here. I'll pick you up at such and such time. So you don't want to give the girl all the leverage in the relationship, So I feel like I didn't answer this question, but yeah, inner transformations. Yo, I keep saying this, but the biggest thing that changed me was my initial boot camp. Honestly, like totally mind blowing. Like my entire paradigm was just totally shattered. Like what I thought was possible. Being able to like open tons and tons of sets, seeing guys actually, do this in real life and get a bunch of phone numbers, and also behind that, seeing that this existed and that guys were encouraging each other and giving themselves permission to go do this, to go out and do it as if it was normal. It just frees you. It could just free you up of a bunch of shit. Limiting beliefs frees you, man. I think that was my biggest transformation. I don't think I ever, after that boot camp, I never went back to like stage one or where I was ever at before. I wasn't opening sets, dude. I'll be honest with you. It took me, and I think most guys, like massive, what is it? Massive socialization, like massive exposure therapy. I think exposure therapy is extremely important. Help desensitize you to like rejection. You need to experience that, to feel what it like to be rejected and not be bothered by it. How does that come? That's not going to come by just going out and getting rejected by one girl. You're going to feel that burn, and it's going to just linger and linger and linger. You should be going out, if you really want to get over it, to the point where the fifth time someone rejects you, it bounces off your forehead and it doesn't faze you. And you move on to the next girl, and then, whoa, look at that. Now I'm truly unfazed by this. I just bagged this girl number 6. I just bagged girl number 6. And you see it right before your eyes, like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not really moved by the so-called rejections anymore. Someone had a good way of even looking at rejections, like, we could spin it in ways that are more productive for us to view things like, you saved me time. I had a guy tell me the other night, like, oh, you just saved a ton of time by not having to take that girl out on a dinner date, So you don't have to view it as like, oh, she fucking rejected me. And she said you're a walking red flag because you don't want to like go on a dinner date with her. You could view that completely negative, or that bitch just saved me a bunch of time. Let's go find somebody else who's, way more compliant and more down to get in line and go do what I want to do, right? I mean, I want to go to a coffee bar. I prefer drinks or something over dinner. I'm not a big believer in dinner dates, especially not just the dinner date, the principle behind it of the girl is going to dictate the terms. I don't like the girl dictating the terms. You know what I mean? If you want to go grab something to eat, then it was based on me. Like, let me be the man, let me take charge, and let me organize the date. I'll pick you up here. Like, you're not dictating the terms.
Hey Brian, I'm gonna
Hop
hop off. Yeah, but I'll tune in, like put my earphones on and listen in. But I'm gonna hop off being on the stream. So
All right, my man. Yo, thanks for hopping on, bro.
yeah, thanks for having me, man. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Later. Yeah, a lot of guys could teach themselves. I do think that's kind of on the rare side, especially in today's world. I don't know. I've lived in some pretty major cities. I don't see that many good guys out there that are good with game, to be honest with you. Even in like clubs and nightlife, it's few and far between. There are good guys out there. There's no doubt about that, but I don't think it's not even close to the norm, bro. And I'm in one of the most competitive cities in terms of dating markets. Miami, Brickell, bro. There's some of the best looking fucking Chad like dudes out here that you'll ever see, man. I've actually been AMOG one time. I've never had that happen to me, bro. Never had that happen to me. Where some dude, like, he was like a 6'4" fucking Chad, bro, walked over. He eye contact this three set I was talking to. He was looking at them. They were just like in awe of this dude. He ordered them drinks, walked around, and basically just took the entire set. Like, took the girl, took his target. I was like, yo. I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. It's one of the most competitive dating markets out there, man. Maybe Chicago's like that too. Some of the major cities are, you know. There's some decent guys out there. I just still think it's few and far between, you know. And this is coming like just walking around like Union Square before dating apps even. You know what I mean? You would think, oh, wow, there's mad dudes bagging girls during real life. I think approaching women has always been a very deep-seated fear in a majority of men. Or else, honestly, I would have never, ever even looked or considered a boot camp, right? I would have never considered it. If there was enough guys or mentors out there or a bunch of people that I saw out in the field, so I would walk around the field every day, bro. If I saw guys, I would latch onto them and be like, yo, what do you know, man? Let me follow you around. Let's go out and game, blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't see it. I didn't have a bunch of natural. A lot of guys don't bump into a lot of naturals. And if you're one of the few fortunate ones, Kevin, that can see a bunch of ordinary guys out there bagging girls all the time, then God bless you, man. I don't know. But I don't think that applies to most guys. I think that's why, if that was the case, I don't think dating coaches or whatever would even exist. There'd be no market. There'd be no market for it. We're just going to where people in all businesses just go to where the demand is. There's a demand for this. There's a demand for guys out there who have no semblance of game, never got that from their father, not from friends, childhood friends, and they have to eventually look elsewhere. Whether you find good-looking loser, at some point you found that, you know, you must have done some research. You found your way on my channel or somebody else. A lot of guys have to look elsewhere. They're either not getting it from their father, their friends, so they gotta, like, it forces them to look elsewhere. Do some women get scared of your tattoos? Yeah, straight up. I had a guy and his wife tell me last night when I was out, I should get my face tattoo removed. He's like, yo, you'll get way more girls. So he might be true. I don't know, man. Like, the entire time I've ever been gaming, dating, I've always had a face tattoo. So it'd be fun to see what type of results I get without it. It would be fun. If anything, I think it would open up my actual dating pool significantly in terms of, like, relationships. Maybe not fucks, maybe not sex, but relationships. I think it would open up a whole new set of women that immediately are just not going to entertain a guy like that long term. Too much peer pressure, like social pressures from women, you know, like, oh, too many more things going through their brain, you know, like, oh, what if I got to bring this guy home to mom and dad, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. I do think it would open up a little bit. To the degree of it, I'm not sure. I got to look him up, bro. Gerald Hudson. I got to look him up. I wonder if he has examples in real life situations, because guys are good sometimes in the right situation, and that's it. You know, I wanted to get good at this overall. I didn't want to just be a one-trick pony and be like, what that means is like only good in when I went to work and I'm a promoter or a security guard. And that's the only time I could really bag girls. That's when I'm like in my zone, you know. I wanted to be so well-rounded, like where you could put me in a wide variety of circumstances and situations and still get pretty good results. Obviously stronger in some areas, but still be well-rounded enough to be good in a lot of different situations. So that I'm prepared, you know, like, you know, when I had a student ask me like, bro, I really want to get chicks at my gym, but I can't approach in my gym for some reason. Oh, I'm totally crippled. My anxiety doubles, triples at my gym. I just can't do it. So I need you to show me how to get girls at the gym. We did that for like 2 hours, and I would open sets in his gym. He's like, oh shit, wow, it's possible. I could actually see this. I could, you're getting these girls' numbers, you're getting dates, etc. Like they need to see it. Like certain spots you're not good at, and some of those spots are the ones that you need to just, I feel like, attack and get good at, because it will make you overall like definitely have more confidence in general. Just, you know, because if you break down one of your limitations, it will also open up like a lot. It will free you from like, because that's still fear. At the end of the day, fear is fear, and it doesn't make much distinction, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm in fear, just close your eyes and you're in fear. It's not making it doesn't make clear distinction. So if you're living with that fear of you can't approach in gyms, that's going to transfer over to other like scenarios in life in general. I got you. More of an impact than online? I think so, for sure. But the world has changed a lot, man. It saddens me to say that, but you have even these impactful sort of sets during the day game, like you leave a really good impression on the girl, but you know, compared to like 2010 or the early 2010s, they're way more inclined to go out and hang out and get the girl out, you know, on day twos. You know, they are way more inclined to do it. But now we are locked. I've never seen a society, a generation so locked in on their phones, and we're so addicted to these phones and being entangled in answering DMs and emails. And I've seen it firsthand. Like girls will give me their IGs and their dating apps, and it's, you know, it's so absurd, bro. It's insane, man. It's fucking like, it's like crack for people, man. Yeah, and that's impacted the overall like results that day game has. It's just a fact. You could still, again, don't take the words out of my mouth. It's still effective. It's still good, but it's left a pretty big impact that a lot of girls are just so fucking they have so many options more than ever before. It's become a local dating market to now a global dating market. You know, girls have been flown out. Just your ordinary girls. Like they have guys and people that they would never have gotten a chance with in their DMs, you know. I'll give you an example. Like I was on a date, and after I got out of the bathroom, the girl was on her phone swiping on Hinge. I don't know. That was so fucking off-putting to me. That was so like, I just lost like all attraction for her, man. Like it was, girls are so addicted to fucking swiping. Life has become swipe, 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 swipe. You know, in theory, it's fucking crazy, man. That's just like on to the next, on this sort of like, we're now living in a world of like MTV, that dating show next, with all these dating shows like nope, next. I don't know, man. It's absolutely impacted just dating. The human mind has become so so quick to move on. So no matter how big of an impact you made during that day game, that set, making out with her, fingering her, I don't care what you did, bro. So there's a good chance you may not get that girl out, and I think it's negatively impacted, the overall dating market, especially for guys like Cold Approach that love meeting women in person. Sadly, they've been affected with this virus, this disease of social media. What do they call it? FOMO, fear of missing out. The grass is always greener on the other side. There's always the next best option. There's always the next best guy. There's always, you turn on the phone and you see some dude with his wife posting pictures on here, and he's a Chad. He's got yachts. There's always, women are in delusion, complete, fantasy land. So I think they've been affected on a more negative, more negatively. Sure thing, bro. Sure thing, my man. When you got rid of it, you did better. That's interesting, man. I'll peep them out. Hey, Scotty, I've always had a hard time retaining girls after hooking up, even when the sex is good. Yeah. I mean, listen, dude. Again, I hate to harp on this, but it's highly competitive now, man. And I think women in general have become desensitized to sex. Sex has very, not as big of it's not as meaningful as it once was. Back in the early 2010s, the time when you fucked a girl, it meant something. It had a lot more meaning to her and everything, and it was almost like a 90% hit rate that she was going to, without fail, hit you up or something, say good morning to you, show that what she did was, carried some value, and that it wasn't just, meaningless. So yeah, dude, everybody's dealing with a lot of the same issues that come up, like retention, like why are girls, they just seem like it's nothing nowadays, which it isn't. Dating apps has become, we've given women a free pass without social ramifications or judgment, that they have the freedom now without judgment to go act out their wishes, their fantasies, fuck guys anonymously online. It's a hookup site. It's hookup sites, straight up. That's going to impact the woman's mind. Sex is nothing. Sex is no big deal anymore to none of them, which hurts retention, because they become confused and overwhelmed, and they're not really behaving like women. They're behaving like they think men are behaving, but we're not. They could try to be men all they want, but they're not men. and it's going to hurt them. You know, it's like dude trying to always want to be a woman, wants to be a woman, wants to be a woman. Think about that. They're not wired. We're not wired the same way. Any tips on how to retain women? I find I can't keep girls around. Like I mentioned, it is a little harder, bro, but you know, all you could do if you slept with her and fucked her, like, yo, it's an indictment of the girl, not so much you, man. If you're banging girls, like, and they're not coming back around, you know, my guess is you're either meeting them online. I think you have a better chance, to be honest with you, in retaining the girl and making her your girlfriend or whatever, keeping her around if you met her in person. That's my honest opinion. You know, so I'm not too sure, bro, where you're meeting these chicks, but try gaming in person. Making, you know, all you could do is listen. I was always told you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. All you could do is your part. Give her the best version, best package of yourself, and once she complies to that and fucks you, that's all you could do, man. That's all you're responsible. There's an aspect of game that is out of our hands. It's out of our hands. It's now in the woman. The ball is in the woman's court at that point. You may want to follow up once or twice, but if she's not showing reciprocation after sex, good riddance. Good fucking riddance. That's it. Good riddance, bro. Think you're being like too hard on yourself, man. If you're fucking these girls off cold approach, like, and they're not coming back around, listen, there's only so much you could do. There's an aspect, like I said, of it's the ball's in their court. Kevin, who's Gerald? Is that? Oh, that's the comedian. So he has infield. Like, how have you seen him? What do you mean? You mean just like on a comedy stage, or has he been in game like environments where he's bagging girls? That's interesting. I'll look him up. You're right about the collective mindset thing, Scotty. Since joining your group, I've been less anxious about gaming for sure. Kevin's, you've been a great role model for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's starting to get a little busier in there. I hope that it continues to grow. And it will. It will. You know, my prediction is within the next year, 6 to 8 months, I'll probably have some form of a pickup house. It's just going to be off the hook, man. I want guys, this is just a small taste of what it feels like to have an actual group that, like a brotherhood of guys that are actually on the same page and they're working towards the same goal. It's a lot more powerful, bro. Imagine that, what you experience in the group, times 10 in real life and in person. These pickup houses, I'm not the first one to think of it. They've been around for a while. And the reason they've been around and they've withstood the test of time is because they work, bro. They work. They're really powerful. Like you said, imagine the collective in the group, how big of an impact that has on you. It has a big impact, dude. Real big. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting off soon, man. I'm tired. I've been on for I can't believe an hour and 20 minutes went by this quick. There's a lot of questions, guys. Good job. A lot of fucking questions. Appreciate it, Shy. Appreciate it, bro. All right, boys. I don't know. I'm gonna do a Zoom meeting tonight. I'll drop the link, and we'll catch up later, folks. It's good seeing you, y'all. Yo, peace out. Have a good day. Crush it. Crush it. Crush it. Crush it. Get bitches. Oh, you tried jumping on? Oh, okay, Kevin. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, my man. I'm gonna hop off. It's I wish you would have called me a little earlier. It's pretty late. Yo, hit me up tonight. I'm gonna do a Zoom meeting, bro. We'll all talk. We'll talk. All right, John. Hit me up later, bro. Thank you. Peace out, boys. Later.